Welcome everyone to the avsq new series named Adulting 101. And we are here to explore different industry through perspective of professionals that has been had a lot of experience in the workplace and in like real industry. So today I'm very pleasure to welcome Vivian to Adulting 101 today. So can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
My name is Vivian. I'm currently a software engineer at 𝐄𝐦𝐚𝐢𝐥, and I'm a 𝐄𝐦𝐚𝐢𝐥 alumni. I'm really happy to be here to share my experience with you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, Vivian. So now we're gonna start with our first part of the series named personality test. So what has been like? Why you change from such like, I guess like two different industry that kind of related to each other, but in some part that they are mainly not to.
Yeah.
So why you suddenly change it?
Yeah. So this is an interesting story. So a little bit of my background. So as you know, I graduated from a bachelor degree in accounting and finance, but there was something in my mind at that time that I didn't really like to be an accountant. So after my graduation, I started exploring other jobs and other industries. So I have been through quite many roles, from executive assistants to HR and recruiting, and also marketing, a little bit of marketing and English teaching as well. So in my role as a recruiter, so I was working for a US-based company, and they are a technology company. And when recruiting software developers or software engineers, I started to feel that maybe I can do this as well, because we had to do some research on the role, and I got quite interested in the job description. And at that time, I thought maybe one day I would learn software engineer. And so when I moved to Australia to learn, to do my master degree, I thought maybe I would do software engineering, or maybe I would do IT. But what I thought at that time is that, no, I'm not smart enough for this. So I did the master degree in accounting first, and then after this first semester, during the summertime, so I got an opportunity to be in a mentor program at Cisco. And so they are a technology company, and I met my mentor there. And I learned so much from the cohorts, and I also learned that technology is the future career and the future industry. There are so many important industries as well, but this is the industry that I am interested in learning more. So I decided that I would do a transition to IT, and I would do business process management first, so that I would become a business analyst or maybe project manager in the future. So another interesting thing is that I already got an offer to be a project manager in Vietnam before I moved to Australia, but then because I believe that moving to Australia would be better for me at that time, so I didn't accept the offer.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I thought at that time. Maybe I would be a business analyst or maybe project manager for an IT project or something like that. But then after the graduation, I think the job chose me. So so I applied for a job in a company. So I also, during the time I studied in 𝐄𝐦𝐚𝐢𝐥, I also took part as a volunteer and also intern at some companies and organization. And there I met one of my mentor, and she, so after my graduation, she tagged me in a LinkedIn post about a job opportunity, and then I applied for that job, and the job is Appian developer, which is a low-code platform. And so I got the offer, and also another offer from another company, but I thought that this role might be more technical, and I would like to be more technical. So that's the reason why I chose this job. And then when I work in this job, this is the first time I code. So I got so interested in this role. And so I decided that I would do more of the software engineering. I would do more of the real coding, not just low code, but like all of the full-fledged software engineering. And so I did another course, another bootcamp, coding bootcamp, and I got full scholarship for it, so I didn't have to pay for it. So yeah, so
I saw that like you are like the process design intern.
Yes.
Right, for Suncorp.
Yeah.
And Suncorp is such a large firm in Australia. And I think like it's a dream, like it's also like a common goal as like international students. But like how we want to get into like large firm in Australia. And like sometimes, you know, there are firms, like there are many firms in Australia that like are not accepting like international students.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about your experience getting interviewed by them? And like also like, why do you think like you at that time, I think like you are still like a kind of like a beginner in this industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think what kind of like maybe are there any personality traits that they see in you that's why they choose you?
I think my personality trait is that I think at that time I didn't have much experience working in Australia. So what I did was that I always ask for the opportunities, because I feel like when I don't have the skills that I need, or I didn't have maybe the language skills as well. So the best thing that I can do for myself is asking people and reach out to other people for help. So for the internship at Suncorp, so I'm very grateful for my mentor and my tutor at that time. And he was the tutor at QUT, and after a semester, I talked to him about my willingness to take on any opportunities that are out there. So if you have any opportunity for me, please let me know. And surprisingly, he said that we are opening an opportunity at Suncorp. And so another friend of mine, also a Vietnamese student, and she is amazing. She's so much better than me in so many other things, and she's just awesome. And so I asked my mentor and my tutor, and he accepted me for. So he sent me the opportunity, and after that I got an interview at Suncorp, and I met amazing people there. At that time for the interview, I was not confident because I don't really know much. I don't really have experience working here. So many things that make me feel like an imposter, and also I wasn't really confident. So I guess that I just did it at that time. I just wing it. And I just asked for help, because when I didn't have anything to back me up, like experience or language, I wasn't really good at speaking it before as well. So so I guess my personality trait to get me this job is to ask for the opportunities from other people, ask for help, and also be grateful for I have and all the help that I have along the way.
Yeah.
And whoever helped me along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like because like as an intern position, I don't think they are looking for a person that like a student, because we are still student, right? The purpose of an internship is about learning from them, to see the culture, to see everything. So I think like what they're looking for is not really anything like, oh, you don't have to be like, high profile. You don't have to be smart sometimes.
Yeah.
You just need to, I think like, what they see in you is a passionate to learn.
Yeah.
Like the dare to ask for help, because like recently like I applied for a lot of internship and I also got rejected a lot, and that lose my confidence. But I think like from like I listening to you makes me feel like keeping asking, keeping like leading for opportunities, applying for as many like hundreds, 200s, and like always have that hope about we're gonna get it like somehow, because like you say, sometimes it's not about you choosing the job, but the job chooses you, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So do you think like it's different now though? Because like in the time when everyone tries to be successful, because you also have an experience as a recruiter, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like a lot of like IT student, computer science, or anyone that wants to learn as a software developer or software engineer also listening to this podcast, and as like a fresh year, do you think like what are they like as like a recruiter, as like a mentor, as like a person that has a lot of experience, what does companies want to see from like from the students? What are their personality traits that the employers that are looking for in the profile when we don't have a lot of experience?
Yeah. That is a good question. So I think when a recruiter look into first of all, your resume, they wanted to see that you have the skills that they need, for example, the technical skills. So if you are a student in computer science, so you can list your technical skills such as JavaScript or Python or any other tech stacks that you are learning, or if you can do it besides your learning. So like if you can do it in your own time and you put it in your resume, it would be awesome. And also for a graduate student, they also want to see what other activities that you have other than study. So for example, if you are doing the activities like this, or if you attend any club, or if you have any volunteer jobs, and if you have any other outside jobs, for example, if you are a waitress, or if you are a cleaner, just put it in there. Because I think the first job that I got also was because I said that I used to work in a car wash, I used to work in I used to wait table and also other jobs, but I always believe that one day these jobs will help me to get to a better position role, because from these jobs I learned to communicate with people, I learned English, and I learned to listen to other people, and so many other skills that I learned from these casual jobs. And so other skills that the recruiters want to see from you is that the attitude that you so when you come to the interview, so they wanted to see the attitude, the positive attitude, positive energy that you bring to the table. So because you don't have a lot of working experience, but they wanted to see that you are willing to learn and you are willing to tackle all of the maybe difficult things. You have the mindset that you will always figure out how to complete a task, no matter how hard it is. Maybe even from asking for help from people around you, maybe from Googling, maybe from asking ChatGPT, no matter what. But you will always have the mindset to like you will always find out the answer and you can always complete the task.
Yeah.
And so that is I think it is the can-do attitude that the recruiters want to see from you as a graduate developers. And also never be afraid to ask for other people for help, and be grateful for all the help.
Grateful. Yes, I think like the can-do attitude, because like what you say, you have done a lot of job, right? Because like I have known a lot of students trying to do a lot of jobs and say, oh, I have to do this job, I have to have to get an internship from like large firm right away after I graduate, or like when I'm studying, because that is the only way that I can have a job after I graduate. But I think that's maybe a wrong assumption, because because like what my mom told me about, like always tell me that there's no shame job, because all jobs should be getting appreciated. All jobs is getting like you can get some valuable lessons from those jobs, even like from cleaning, like you can get or even like cooking in the kitchen. You can have like your organization skills and stuff like that. And I feel like there's no waste in like having a job or anything like that. So always be hardworking. Because like actually very interesting, because I actually like see all of this perspective, all of your personality traits from the quiz that I sent you. Because when I was sending the quiz to to anyone, I would hopefully to see them like, oh, they're gonna be like more technical, more like sociable stuff, and they can be more sociable or creative stuff, and you are perfectly 50% in the middle. So you are great in problem solving, like skill set, but you're also great in communication. And I can see that from you, because you problem solving. Your problem solving skills is very you like coding stuff, and I think that requires a lot of problem solving. You also want to be like a project management, which is like also a job that requires a lot of problem solving skills. But then other than that, you also have such a good communication, and you're asking for help, you're asking to be mentor and stuff like that. And I have met a lot of students like from IT and from computer science, and sometimes they are like kind of like introvert, and sometimes they are too shy, or like too they are not dare to ask, because they said, oh my god, in this world, it's so hard to just asking people. And so do you think communication skills is needed in your job as a problem solver?
Yes, I would say that communication take more than 50% of the level of success that you have in any job, and especially in software engineering. Because when you work in a team, and as you said, the engineering teams, usually they have people that are introverts and they are very technical focused. So if you have great communication skills, so it would help you to communicate with other people in your team effectively, and break the barriers between the teammates, and help them contribute more in the conversations, for example, about technical design review. So you can be a person to break the barriers in the conversations, and you can ask more questions, the good questions, or not so good questions, it's okay, in the review session, so that people can start joining the conversations, joining the discussions, and it will break down a lot of other problems within the session. And also communication skills help you communicate better with people across the organizations. So not people in your team, not the members in your team, but also members from the wider team. And the communication skills will help you go further, because I guess that we are all human and we want to have the human connection, and how we say things is more important than the thing itself. So there are many ways to say one thing, and how you present it to other people, how you communicate with other people, how you say it with other people is the key thing. And I have learned so much from my workplace, the companies that I have worked for. They have taught me so much about communication, and there are so many great examples from team members, and I really love the way that they are communicating with each other and also take care for each other. So I believe that communication is the key for your success, not just in software engineering, but with everything in life. And for example, with your family as well, with your friends as well. So I believe that if we have better communication, so the world will be a better place, and also your career, your life would be
much easier, right?
Yes.
Because like sometimes like the opportunity is there, but you're just not there to ask for it.
Yes.
Because like what you say, like if that day you never can asking your tutor about like, okay, like, is there any opportunities? Then I feel like there's no opportunity for you. Like as a software engineering, I feel like you have to do a lot of projects, right? And it has different goals and stuff like that. So like, and sometimes like that goals are maybe not your best strength, right? So like, how do you think like out of the box? How do you like approach that in like a different way? Even like it's not even like your best, best strength, best advantage, or like your best knowledge in that. So how would you like think out of the box as like a software engineer?
So when tackling a task that I don't have a lot of experience or knowledge about, so the first thing is that I would have to do the research about that task. If the task is merely just technical, so it's easy to do the search on Google, or now you have ChatGPT, AI, Copilot to help you with it. So the first thing is to do the research yourself. And if the task requires you with more business requirements, like if you have to gather the business requirements, so I would have to look up on the documentation system in the company. For example, we use Jira, Confluence to systemize the documentation in our company. So I would have to look up on Confluence to see if there's any document about this task, and if there's any tickets before in the system that refers to this task. And after I have done my own research, if I couldn't find anything, so I would ask my team if they have any idea about the task, and also if they don't have any idea, so maybe point me to the person that might know about this. And because you are not alone in the company, you work in a team, so you also have to think about it as a team. If you can do it by yourself, it's great, but if you can't do it by yourself, so you need to reach out to other people and to ask for help. And I guess to think out of the box is also, I think I really like the one of the question in the quiz that you sent me before. So when you were stuck in a maze, what would you do? So I said that I thought that maybe I have to find the higher point, so that I can see the maze from the above. Because when we are working in a team, we are like I have a sentence, standing on the giant
shoulders.
Yes. It's in the Google Scholar, right?
Yeah.
So when you do the research, so all the people in your team and all the people in your organizations and all the people on the internet are your giant shoulder. So you can stand on their shoulder to
look further.
Look further.
Yes.
And I think that's an interesting question, because to think out of the box, first of all, you need to have the knowledge. Maybe you have to do the research yourself. If you can't find it, so ask people nicely, and be grateful for their help. And from there, I guess that you have the the knowledge and all of the information from them, so that you stand on the giant's shoulder. If you want to think out of the box, you also need to constantly learning. So what I mean is, the learning doesn't stop when you graduate school, or when you graduate university, or when you find your job, but the learning is always there in your career, in your career path or in your life, because you always have to learn to build up your technical skills if you work in a technical job, or you always need to learn about different management methods if you are a project manager, or if you are work in a marketing job. So you need to learn more about marketing I think strategies.
Yeah, because technology changing every day. Everything is changing.
Everything, yes.
I have to say, everything changes every day.
Yeah.
Because especially with the growth of technology, everything changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the learning is happening. It would be happening every day in your life, and it's great to keep the mindset that you are the lifelong learner, and you always learn, constantly learning. You always improve your skills, improve your knowledge, and you will gain more wisdom, and you will gain more leadership skills to navigate your life, navigate your career. And that is how you find a way to think out of the box as well, because when you read from books and you learn from other people, you will gain a lot of other perspective, not just the perspective you see for yourself, but from many angles in life.
Yeah.
So you can learn from people, you can learn from books, learn from the internet. So keep on learning.
So now we're going to start with the second part of our series today. So right here, I have a board named Into the Unknown. So this is this is the unknown, So on this board, there are 5 assumptions that are being taught. We have asked a lot of students, a lot of interviewing people and also researching, and these are the assumptions that a lot of students who still don't know about what they're gonna do, having some assumption about the career of software engineer. So now Vivian, can you just put out 2 or 3, just one in a time? Yeah,
one at a time.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the one in the middle.
Yeah, I will choose the one in the middle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and can you read it out?
One language to rule them all.
Yeah, because in software developing, in coding especially,
Yes.
there are a lot of language to code, right?
Yeah.
There is JavaScript, C++, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, because I heard about it. I'm not sure about it, but I've heard about
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
So and there's a guy told me that, you know what, just knowing JavaScript, you're gonna be fine. Is that true?
Yes. He is correct.
Yeah, this assumption is correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just need to know one language, and all other languages you can learn very easily after that, because you already have the basics. So I think the difference between different languages are the syntax, and also how they are compiled and how they are run in the system. And so I believe believe that one language, you can totally just be an expert in one language, and all other languages you can learn in no time.
Yeah, because I think coding is about it has all similar bases, right?
Yeah.
And it's just with all language, it's it's one app. It has all same purpose, but it just have different functions, and you just need to it can be learned easily. You just need to know the basic of it, and then develop in the future. Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna go to the second one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, which one will you choose?
This one.
Okay.
Alrighty.
No worries. Yeah.
Everyone's a coding genius.
Yeah, because what I say in the beginning of the series, I have look at a lot of students working as want to be as a developer and stuff like that, and especially students from Vinh University in Vietnam, and like I do a little bit stalking in like how they become, what is their background, and they are genius. Like they are so smart. They are all like in the top, like finalists of national competition and stuff like that. So is that true that everyone's around you are genius? Like, I know that you're a genius.
I am totally not.
But like, is that true that everyone's around like in the industry are very smart and stuff like that?
So one thing is that I'm not a genius. So that's one thing for sure. But I feel like everyone around me is genius.
Really?
Everyone around me. So my team is amazing, and I learned so much from them. So in my current company, I have been through 2 teams. So this is my second team, and my previous team, they are so good at coding, and there was one person that I really appreciate. I really appreciated his help because he has taught me everything from scratch, because at that time I didn't know a lot of things about coding. So he spent hours and hours to help me with my coding, and so he's a kind of genius. And also many people in my team at the moment, they are just geniuses in many aspects, from coding to system design, technical design, and also project manager. They're also genius in the way that they manage the team and all of the project management methodologies that they bring to the team. And I think I am surrounded by so smart people.
Yeah,
and
I guess like everyone has like different strengths, right? Because like with one task, right, you cannot just like, oh, I just give you to them and then you can just solve it. No, it's not like that. It's like more like about like team contribution. Each person has like a different strength, and then when we combine it, and like it's just such amazing. So I think like you mean like everyone around you and even you are genius in some aspect. Yeah.
No, not me.
No, definitely it's you,
okay.
Vivian.
So one thing is that so people think that software engineers are very good at coding. But also when you learn and you do it yourself, you can also be very, very good at coding. So there's a mindset that you can always do it if you put in your effort and if you have the attitude to learn. So you can be anything. So you can learn software engineering, you can be a physicist, you can be a marketing person, you can be a business person. So there's nothing that you can do. You can code, you can do engineering, and if you want to put in the effort and if you want to learn about it.
Everything is possible, I guess.
Everything is possible.
Yeah, because like I really want to talk about this because like you have emphasized the importance of mentoring, because you have like, of course, you have like mentioned a lot about like how your mentors has helped you to reach to different opportunities. So like is mentoring really important in the industry when they are seeking for they are seeking for opportunities and everyone is trying to do their best. So is mentoring very important?
I guess mentoring is very important to me personally, because I had a lot of self-doubt and I didn't trust in myself. I didn't trust in my ability, and I had a lot of questions. And my mentors, all of the mentors that I have met with, I am really grateful to have them as my mentors, and because they helped me believe in myself more. And when I was I was in a pit of despair, so they helped me trust in myself more, and they gave me the opportunities, and they guided me through a lot of questions that like you also have the questions for me today. So I've had so many questions for them, and they always take the time to answer for me and to guide me through. So for me personally, yes, I think mentoring is very important, and that is the reason why that I try to be mentors for other people now, to give back to the community and to help other people.
And I think like those who like your mentees are very like proud of you, because like that is so heartwarming, because like having someone, because I understand how like hard it is to be an international student when you have no families here, and like sometimes like life can be so difficult when like there's no one can help you, to like you have to help yourself. So like by having someone there always tell you that, oh, you can do it if you believe in it. I feel like that is such a amazing story. So now we're gonna go into our final part of the series today. It's like memories box. So Vivian, you have prepared two things, two items that you think that has helped you in your career path, or like represent for a skill set or like a mindset that you think is necessary for this industry. So what are you bringing to Adulting 101 today?
So there are two items that I brought here today. So the first item is the book called The 4 Agreements. This is one of the books that I hold dear in my heart because it taught me a lot about how I react about things in life. So in this book, I guess the two most important agreements that I love is, first of all, be impeccable with your words. So that means that when you talk to people and even when you talk to yourself, always use the impeccable words and don't use the bad words, or because how you perceive the world is also how you say things to other people.
Words are power.
Words are power. And so be impeccable with your words, and not just your words, but your words will also become your thoughts. So you will become a better person over time if you always talk impeccably. And also the second agreement that I really love is that don't take anything personally, because in the interaction with people in your daily life, there might be not everything is perfect, and so there might be interactions that are not going as you expected, but don't take anything personally, because people might have opinions about you, but you can't change, like you can't ask people that don't think about me this way. Thoughts are the freedom of people's. So people have opinions, and it's their right to have thoughts and to have opinions about everything, and also about you. So don't try to change how they thought, but try not to personalize everything, and so try to take everything. Don't take anything personally, because once you understand about this agreement, so you will feel very free about yourself, and you will always feel that I don't have to be perfect in order to other people to perceive me well. I just need to improve myself every day. So progression over perfection. Because
it's like a decision for you for your decision to choose who you want to be and who you are. And like everyone has like a different background, everyone has different strengths and abilities. And you cannot force someone to be okay, Vivian's amazing. But like sometimes sometimes people come and go, I guess. And like everyone has a different pathway. And like sometimes people are gonna stay with you, and I feel like truthful people will be the one who stay after all. And also you can always improve yourself, and you don't stand at one point forever, but you will always move on, and so you will be a different person, maybe in 5 or 10 years. So life goes on. Because life, you may be a different person tomorrow, who knows, but by knowing who you are and who you want to be and how you can grow yourself by that, I feel like that would be very beneficial for the future. So be impeccable with your words and don't take anything personally. And so the second items here is that, so this is a notebook, and I just found it
recently. So this is the notebook that I use when I first learning JavaScript. And so when I learn to code, the first thing I feel comfortable with is writing everything down. I wanted to write everything down. And so, so this is the notebook that I used. So what I wanted to say is that when you do everything in your life, like learning or any other things, so people might have a lot of suggestions, recommendations, but you can find your own way of learning and doing things that are suitable for you, because not all advice is suitable for your personality or for your background or something, or for yourself. So I guess what I want to say is that find the thing that you that is suitable for you. For me, in the early stage of my software development career, I like to write things down to learn coding, but now it changed over time. So now I always learn to code on my laptop. But earlier days, I wanted to just write it down. It worked for me, and so I use this method. So yeah, find your own way of doing things, and also writing things down. Try to document everything when you go to work, especially for a software engineer. You might find that it will make you different from other people as well, and because you always try to document things so that when other people have a problem with one issue, you already documented these things and they can easily find the answer to the problems. And so it will lift up other people, and it will help other people, and also it helps you for your career, and it helps you to track down what you have done for the company, what you have done for your career. So when it comes to performance review, it will be very helpful. Yeah.
And someone written down is also about reflection, about how you have grown. Because sometimes it's to a myth that with like an IT person or any like tech related, or even like a software developer or engineer, you have to code all the time. You have to practice using like laptop and stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes it's the most efficient to written down, because I just write down. I think it's much for me personally. It's much easier to remember because you are reading and also writing at the same time. That can read in your mind. But also it's like a good way to reflecting, because that is one of like the most common assessment that I got in uni. It's about reflection. By having a document about, okay, I have shown you I have written here by this how much I have changed. You can see how much growth you are in your career pathway. Thank you so much, Vivian, for being so lovely and bringing two such valuable items. And I feel like they have represent such a amazing lessons that any not only students who want to be a program developer want to hear, but also like me personally, and also like everyone's want to hear about it, because it's such a it's an attitude. It's about the mindset that everyone's want to lead to be successful in life. Thank you
very much for having me here, and thank you so much for your kind words and for your questions, and thank you, and all the best to your future. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
No worries. So now we have finished our second episode of Adulting 101 with the industry of software engineering with Vivian. And thank you guys for listening, and follow avsq in the social media. And see you guys soon in the next episode. Bye!